welcome to our YouTube channel. This is TopRide Driving School and this is our first video. So I'm gonna welcome you guys to the family. Of course, you can support us by subscribing, but this is our first video, and for this video I want to start by celebrating the fact that we have 10,000 followers on Instagram, which is a huge milestone for people who are trying to grow their social media pages. You know how much work it takes to get to 10,000 followers, so thank you guys. I'm gonna link our page in this video down here so that you can continue following us. But for today I'm here to tell you guys about our journey, where we began and where we are now. Maybe I should do this as a 3-part series. I don't know, I feel like if I do this video as one video it might become very long. So I'm gonna tell you the story about how we began and where we started from and how we came up with the idea of the office and partitioning, the design work, the paint work, everything, and finally having the office, buying the cars and branding them and all that. I think I should take you on that journey so that you see where we started. I feel like if you see our story from where we started, you will understand where we are going with this vision. I think for me, I'm not the sole owner of the business. We are 3 directors, but I'm gonna tell you my story about why I felt like we needed to start the driving school. So let me start by saying that I'm one of those people who were driving school dropout twice actually, and I'm not proud of that fact. But I think I'm one of those people who take longer to understand things, but when I really do understand, I really get it. So it took me a while for me to be able to go out there and drive the car. And also, given the way that our Kenyan roads are, the matatus on the road, and just the way we have our driving culture and the motorbike people, it's a very daunting experience to go through to start driving on Kenyan roads. So it was really difficult for me to get the driving license. After I went to 2 driving schools and I dropped out, I finally went to another school where I met an instructor who really helped me get over my fears, because one of the things that had happened to me was I was involved in a road accident. It took me a lot for me to be able to get past that fear and to start driving. And so when I went to driving, given that I went to 3 of them, I felt that the time I was given to be in class and also to be on the wheel to drive was not enough, and I felt like I needed more time because I wasn't understanding how to drive and I wasn't getting past my fear as fast as everybody else. So I wished there was a package that would take care of those people who are really scared of driving, and I wished that I could get more hours on the road, honestly. And so I said there must be people who want something similar to that, who need more time on the road for them to understand how to drive. Because if you didn't have parents who had cars and they gave you their car to drive, you don't have any exposure to other cars besides the ones in the driving school. So when you don't get enough time, I felt that it would be a hazard to go out there and drive when you really don't even know where to begin. Because I feel like when you're driving, actually it's like the car becomes part of you and you become part of the car. Because when you're controlling it, you have to really think in 4D, and you have to move the car and calculate about the sides and the side mirrors and make sure that you have enough space to pass through spaces, and you leave enough space for people to pass, and you don't hit the pedestrians and so many other things that you have to calculate. So you really have to become one with the car, and I didn't feel like I was getting that from the driving school. So when the opportunity came for me to start a business, we decided to be giving 35 lessons, 1-hour long lessons for any beginner who wants to do driving. So, and we also decided to give people an opportunity to be able to get used to driving cars, but in a safe space where they're just using simulators. And that's why we came up with the idea of the simulators that we have for people to be able to practice before they actually go on the road. So that was the thinking that brought us to where we are now, and that is why we started TopRide Driving School. And I have been seeing that people truly appreciate the product, and they really love the fact that we're able to help them get over that fear and give them as much driving hours for them to be able to get used to the car and become one with the car before they actually go for the exam, so that when they get the license, they're able to drive. So that is our why. And now I want to take you back to where we started the office, like where we started constructing the office, and you know, basically the whole journey of where we have traveled up to here. We knew we needed a big space because most driving schools don't need a lot of space. They just need a reception and a classroom. But for us, we wanted to first of all take care of the people who work for us. So we needed a staff room where they can sit down and take a break. We needed a kitchen because we wanted to be having food made in the office for people to be able to have lunch at work without worrying where to buy food. And then we also, the other extra thing we wanted to do, we wanted to have our own washrooms for our students to be able to use and feel confident to use, you know, hygiene and all that, especially for women. So that's why we decided to get a bigger space for us to be able to accommodate everything that we had envisioned in the vision that we had for TopRide. So that is the thinking that we had when we got a huge space like we do. The other thing that we wanted to do actually was we wanted to have a one-stop shop for students who want to learn in our driving school. So we also wanted to create a space where they can do their cyber stuff, because you know, when you're dealing with NTSA, you have to go online and you have to go into the system to get the PDL and to book for exams and everything else that you need to do, and licensing process. So we had to also have a space also for our students to be able to, you know, go in and sort out their online issues. So and that's why you got such a huge space for an office. And so we looked around for the office and for like 2 months, because we wanted to start around Lavington, Kilimani, Kileleshwa, and we really drove around and we didn't find a space that would work for what we wanted to do. Most of the offices were not as big as we wanted, some of them, and others did not have washrooms that were within our control. So when we found this office where we are now, it wasn't actually an office. They were just it's just a mall that is made for just normal shops. So when we got this space, we debated and we discussed with the other directors, and we agreed that we were gonna take this space and take like 2 shops and then combine them, break down the wall in between, and create a space that is big enough to accommodate our vision and what we wanted to do. So that is how we got shop number 5 and shop number 6 on first floor at Wayakiwe Shopping Center, where there is Quickmart Wayakiwe, the same building. That's where we are, but initially it was just a shop. So anyway, we decided to do the whole thing, and we got basically like a shell of the building, because there was no ceiling, there were no walls, the tiles were torn down and were just given bare space to start. And a bare canvas was interesting, because for me, I have an interest in interior design, so it was really interesting for me to work on that project. And I'm so glad I got the opportunity to, you know, exercise my creativity and to just bring in my touch of the way I see beautiful spaces. And so that is how I ended up working on this project and coordinating with the contractor and the plan interiors. We also worked with plan interiors for the dimensions of the rooms, because of course I can't do that yet. I'm not trained for that, but I have a passion in interior design, so I did the finishing touches of the office, and I'm gonna show you where we started, and then we can go through the journey of where we are now. So I think I will end this video here, and then we can go on with the story on the next video. So watch out for the second video, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you for listening, and see you soon in the next video.
Good morning, darlings.
Good morning.
Breakfast is ready.
Mom, you promised I will enroll in a driving school once I get my ID. Remember?
Yes, I remember.
Mom, can I also join driving?
In your dreams. Wait until you're 18.
Come on, April. Be nice to your sister. Okay, I will shop around for the perfect driving school for you.
Don't worry, Mom. I've got you. I've done all the homework for you. Check this out.
Oh, wow.
Is that a simulator? It says that young kids can learn on it.
Girls, get ready. We are going to TopRide.
Welcome to TopRide. Your driving journey begins here. The girls can take a tour while you register.
Mom. We like it.
You like it? Well, it's done. You begin on Monday.